This morning, I almost fainted in the field. My baby wasn't moving in my belly. I was scared. But when I returned home, my husband's first words were, "Is the work done?" I couldn't even tell him I was worried about our baby because I knew he'd get angry and call me a excuse maker. My name is Emma. I'm 28 years old and I'm in my 7th month of pregnancy. I've been married to David for 3 years now. We have a small farm in the village. I think we used to be happy. But ever since I got pregnant, everything has changed. Every morning is the same nightmare. I wake up at 5:30. My body aches, my back is killing me, but I have to get up. David is still sleeping, my mother-in-law Margaret too. But I'm already up because farm work doesn't wait. I go down to the kitchen to prepare breakfast. I have no strength left in my hands, my knees are shaking, but I have to endure. Because if breakfast isn't ready, David gets angry, Margaret gets angry. It all becomes my fault. I touch my belly. Grace, yes, I feel it's going to be a girl. Grace is very quiet today. She's not moving at all. This worries me, but I can't tell anyone. If I do, they'll say, "She's making excuses again." While I'm preparing breakfast, Margaret enters the kitchen. "Isn't breakfast ready yet?" she says in a harsh voice. "David will be late for work again because of you." "I'm preparing it, Margaret. Just a few more minutes," I reply with a tired voice. "A few more minutes. Everything is a few more minutes with you. Look, when I was your age, I was working in the fields with 3 children. Pregnancy is no excuse, girl." Here she goes again. Same words every day, same comparison. As if I don't want to work. As if I put myself in this situation willingly. "Margaret, the doctor said I should rest. For the baby," I say, caressing my belly. "Doctor? In our time, there were no doctors, and we still gave birth to healthy children. You've become too spoiled." David sits at the table, starts reading his newspaper. "Today you'll water the tomato field," he says without looking up from his paper. "Neighbor Robert's field is greener than ours. We're embarrassed." I gather courage. "David, I felt really bad in the field this morning. Maybe I could rest for one day." He slams his newspaper on the table. "What rest, Emma? Don't you think there's work to do? Should I rent out this month then, so you can relax at home?" Relax at home. If only he knew how tired I am. If only he understood that a life is growing in my belly. But he only thinks about money, work, what others will say. Margaret intervenes. "He's right, son. If Emma isn't given work, she becomes lazy. When a woman doesn't work, the house falls apart." "I'm not lazy," I say with tears in my eyes. "I'm just tired." "Tired? You sleep at night? You eat? What tiredness? I work 10 hours at the factory. I don't say I'm tired." It's 11 o'clock. I'm alone in the field. The sun is blazing overhead. I can't stop because David will come at noon to check. I need to water the tomato seedlings, but the water bucket is too heavy. My belly is tight. Grace still isn't moving. I try to lift the heavy bucket, struggling. Oh God, how heavy it is. It wasn't this hard normally. Pregnancy has made everything difficult. But I can't complain. No one would understand. Neighbor Sarah sees me from afar. "Emma, you can't work in the field in this heat. And you're pregnant too." "What can I do, Sarah? Work doesn't wait," I say, sweaty and tired. "You rest. Let me help." "No, Sarah, thank you. If David sees, he'll get angry. He'll say we've become dependent on others." Sarah approaches. "Girl, you look very pale. Did you go to the doctor recently?" "I went last week. He said you must rest. Don't stress. But what, girl?" I start crying. "But nobody cares, Sarah. My husband, my mother-in-law, even my own mother says, pregnancy is no excuse." I'm sitting in the shade, putting my hand on my belly. "Grace, My daughter, why aren't you moving today? Am I worrying you? I'm scared too, you know. I wonder if all this exhaustion is harming you. The phone rings. David is calling. How's the work going? Robert came today. Asked about our field's condition. It's going well, David, don't worry. It's not going well, Robert said. Emma works too slowly. We're embarrassed again. I sigh. I'm working as hard as I can. It's not enough. You'll stay later tonight until you finish the work. The phone hangs up. Staying later. I used to go home at 8 in the evening. Now it'll be even later. Grace, can we endure this? You're my only hope, my only friend in these difficult days. My back is acting up again. I can't lift these weights, but I have no other choice. David will come in the evening, check how much work I've done. If I've done little, he'll get angry, call me lazy. While lifting a heavy hoe, I stumble. I almost fell. Grace moved. For the first time today, she moved. It's like she's saying, "Be careful, Mom." Old neighbor Thomas sees me. "Emma girl, don't work in this condition. Go home and rest." I can't rest, Thomas. My husband will get angry. Let him get angry. Your health is more important. I'll talk to David. I panic. No, Thomas, please don't interfere. My situation will get worse. I come home exhausted and worn out. David is watching TV. Is the work done? He says. I finished. I'm very tired, David, I say out of breath. Being tired is normal. Those who work get tired. Margaret calls from the kitchen. Emma, prepare food. Guests are coming. Guests? Who's coming? I ask in surprise. The boss and his wife. It's an important evening. Everything must be perfect. Guests. Cooking, cleaning the house, entertaining visitors. How much more can I endure? My body is shattered, my soul is rotten, but it's like I'm a machine that must work nonstop. I'm cooking in the kitchen. My hands are shaking. I can't take it anymore. But I must please the boss. David's job is at risk. It's always my responsibility somehow. Margaret enters the kitchen. How can you prepare food this slowly? Guests are coming. I'm doing it as fast as I can, Margaret. As fast as you can? You were much faster before you got pregnant. Now you use pregnancy as an excuse for everything. I start crying. It's not an excuse. I'm really struggling. Struggling! We lived in much harder conditions with more children when we were your age. You've become spoiled, girl. The boss couple, James and Linda, arrive. We're at the dinner table. David, how are the fields going? James says. Going well, boss. Emma is very hard-working. Linda looks at me. Are you pregnant, girl? I answer shyly. Yes, ma'am. I'm in my 7th month. You do farm work in this condition? Isn't it very difficult? David intervenes, tense. Emma is used to it. No problem. No problem. If only he knew how much of a problem it is. If only he understood that I'm walking between life and death every day. Don't you need to rest? Linda asks me. Feeling David's oppressive looks, I answer, Work is important, ma'am. There's no time to rest. Midnight. I lie down on the bed, very tired. Finally, I'm alone. David is sleeping. Margaret is sleeping. Just me and you, my daughter. Grace, you scared me so much today. When you weren't moving, I put my hand on my belly. The baby moves. There, you're moving. So you're okay. I'm enduring for you, you know. After you're born, everything will be better. When David sees you, he'll soften. Margaret will be happy too. David mumbles in his sleep. Work. Must finish. Money. Even in his sleep, he talks about work. Does he ever think about me? My tiredness, my fears, my worries? Am I just a worker to him? At night, I feel severe pain in my belly. Ah, Grace, what's happening? I whisper. The pain intensifies. David, David, wake up! What's wrong? What's happening? He says, half asleep. My belly hurts so much, it feels like it's contracting. He answers angrily, at this hour of the night. Wait until morning. David, I'm serious. I'm worried about the baby. He sighs. Something every night. Okay, we'll go to the doctor in the morning. Morning might be too late. He answers angrily. Emma, enough already. Can a pregnant woman be this demanding? Dr. Wilson examines me. Emma, your baby is healthy, but you look very stressed. You must rest. Doctor, I have to work a lot. He speaks seriously. No, you don't have to. If this pace continues, both your and your baby's health will be in danger. David intervenes. Doctor, we're farmers. We don't have the luxury to rest. Mr. David, this isn't about luxury. It's a medical necessity. Outside the hospital, David says, See? The doctor is exaggerating too. You're fine. David, the doctor was speaking seriously. Doctors always exaggerate to make money. I complain with tears. David, please understand me. I'm really struggling. He answers angrily. I understand, but understanding isn't enough. Bills must be paid, work must be done. Am I not important? He stops and looks at me. Of course you're important. But what? He sighs. But this is how it is. I can't change it. When we get home, Margaret asks, What did the doctor say? He said she should rest, David says. She answers sarcastically, She should rest. Of course, money grows on trees. Margaret, the doctor was speaking seriously. Emma, girl, let me tell you the truth. When a woman doesn't work, the house falls apart. Pregnancy cannot be used as an excuse. I have to return to the field. Here I am again. The doctor said, You must rest, but nobody cares. It's like I have no say in this house, like I'm a machine that exists only to work. Neighbor Jennifer sees me. Emma, don't work in the field in this afternoon heat. I have to work, Jennifer, I say tiredly. Who's forcing you? I answer timidly. My husband, my mother-in-law. If work isn't done, they get angry. Girl, you're pregnant. They should understand. I say crying. They don't understand, Jennifer. I'm not a robot, but they treat me like one. I come home very exhausted. David is watching TV. There are guests again tonight. Prepare food, he says indifferently. I complain desperately. David, I can't take it anymore. What can't you take? Don't exaggerate. This time I shout, I'm not exaggerating. I really can't take it anymore. The house falls into silence. Margaret says in shock, Emma, how can you shout at your husband? I answer crying, I'm human too. I get tired too. I have feelings too. David stands up. Emma, calm down. I scream, I can't calm down. I'm 7 months pregnant and you're killing me. I continue with tears. I'm not a machine. I'm human. A baby is growing in my belly and I'm scared for her. David says in surprise, Emma, every day I'm walking between life and death, but nobody cares. Only work, money, what others will say. Margaret intervenes. Girl, calm down. I can't calm down because it's too late now. I hold my belly, feel pain. Ah, Grace, my daughter. David panics. Emma, what's happening? I answer in pain. The baby. I think the baby is coming. In the car on the way to the hospital, David panics. Hold on, Emma, we're almost at the hospital. I say, breathing with difficulty. David, I'm scared. Don't be afraid. Everything will be okay. I ask with tears, Were you ever scared? For me? He stays silent. Did you ever wonder about my condition? He answers with a sigh. Emma, you only thought about work. You never thought about me. David waits in the hospital corridor. Dr. Wilson comes out. Mr. David, your wife is very lucky. She almost had a premature birth. David asks anxiously, "How is she now, doctor?" "She's fine now, but she absolutely must rest from now on. This much stress and exhaustion is dangerous," he says with regret. "I understand, doctor. Your wife hasn't received the support she needed from you. You must be more careful from now on." I'm resting in bed. David is sitting beside me. He says with regret, "Emma, I'm sorry." I answer tiredly but peacefully. "David, I pushed you too hard. I was selfish. I just wanted to be understood." "I know. I understand now," I say, putting my hand on my belly. Grace understands too, that her father loves her. He asks with a smile, "Grace, how did you know it would be a girl?" "I felt it. She's been my friend during these difficult days." "Everything will be different from now on. I promise," David says. "Really? Really? You'll rest. I'll help more." "What will Margaret say?" "Margaret will understand too. I'll talk to her." I say with hope, "David, thank you. I should thank you for being patient with me. Sometimes a person has to struggle a lot for those around them to understand their worth. I struggled a lot too, almost lost everything. But finally, David understood my worth, my struggles, my fears. I put my hand on my belly. "Grace, my daughter, we'll be safer now. Your father loves you very much, and so do I. And no one will leave us alone on this difficult journey anymore. Because sometimes the hardest times make us strongest and remind our loved ones of our worth. Pregnancy isn't easy, especially when you can't get support from those around you. But remember, you are strong and valuable. Every woman deserves respect, support, and understanding,